let's say you're a practitioner and you just took someone's intake form and just based off the intake form, you decided what was wrong with them and gave them a pill, right? You wouldn't do that. Same with your content. You wouldn't go and just say, I'm going to do this and this is the message that must come out. No, you interact. It's like listening to your body with your health. Your body kind of reveals things. It reveals secrets and truths. And you listen to it, and then you figure out what's going on. The same with content. Your content is revealed through interactions with your body, walking and talking, and using the lens as a tool instead of just a thing that you perform in front of, right? That's one of the keys, I think, to getting rid of the whole performance thing. Like, okay, you could be like that person that's just going to perform on camera. And people go through that period of time where that's what they do. They get into this persona. Like, this is how they perform on camera. But when you use it as a tool to just draw out the message from inside of you, and you're using a bunch of different sources, but in the end, it's you interacting with the camera. It's you walking and talking.
It's much like writing a book. I mean, when you write a book, what do? You're figuring out your ideas by writing them out. It's not like you figure out all your ideas and then, boom, it becomes a book. Writing is the process by which you use to get the ideas out, right? Well, I think it's the same with video. You use a camera lens to get the ideas out. And in that sense, writing is a tool. It's not just something that creates the book. It's a tool for which the book becomes a book. The ideas come out of writing. And so it is with video. The ideas come out with interacting with the camera. It's much more valuable to go through a process like that than it is to come up with this perfect script, especially with AI, and go and create your content. It's much more rich, authentic, and so on. As you move along, right, in the age of AI and everything like that, one of the ways to stand out is through personality. Well, your personality comes out not only what you say, but in the resonance of how you say it. And that resonance shows up the more authentic you are. Now, if you've created the perfect script and so on, how much resonance are you able to have? Now, you might be able to do that. Like, there might be special practices to get you into this mode. But more often than not, you're actually just performing a piece. You're deciding what to say before you actually say it. And what happens is it short circuits a lot of different things. One of them being your ability to resonate with what's being said because you're concentrating so much on the script, so much of what you say, that how you say it kind of gets lost. It's important to see the camera as a guide, a lens, a teacher, and allow it to move content through you. Content itself is a co-creative process, not one of just a one-way push, right? And that's the beauty of creating content on an ongoing basis, is to be surprised by it, surprised at what comes through, surprised at what comes out, surprised at what you say. And you're combining your research with your audience, you're combining with what you say, and then you're actually adding a taste, a little smidgen of magic from that walk and talk, from that ability to use your landscape or just what comes forth from you. And in that sense, your content becomes much more rich. So right now, if you're like stumbling and because you want to say the exact right thing, or you think it's just got to be perfect and all that, try this approach. Try having some ideas, but allow the magic of walking, talking, and figuring out what you're going to say while you're saying it. Don't rely on that perfection, but rely upon your expertise, your wisdom that comes through when you allow it. It comes through when you let it come through, rather than going, okay, this is the piece and it has to be said that way. Now, there's certain times when, okay, you've got some legal thing or whatever. There's certain phrases, certain words. But for the most part, I think content itself should be much more organic. And when you do it, I think you'll be much more satisfied with the results and much more excited. And your audience is going to be better off too. It's an interaction of all the different elements. You're talking to your clients. You're talking to strangers even. You're perseverating upon things in the middle of the night. You're reading a book. You're listening to a YouTube video. You're listening to a podcast. And all of it actually contributes to all the things that come out of you, but it comes out in the process of talking about it, in the process of walking. Walking itself is therapeutic for a lot of reasons, it brings thoughts out to the surface. And then walking and talking on camera. You create through what your body holds. And your body holds a lot of wisdom. So why not use that wisdom and pull it out of you? I remember doing landscaping when I was younger. And I remember this specific moment when the head guy took me aside and he's like, you know, I want to show you about your rake because you're only using 50% of what the rake is capable of. And I'm like, it's a rake. What do you mean? He took the rake, flipped the head upside down, and showed me a simple process of using that side of the rake to level things out. Now, I know it's a simple idea. Some of you are like, yeah, okay, so what? I knew that. So others of you, I guarantee there's going to be one or two, are going to go, wait, what? Oh, right. Like use both sides of the rake. And in the end, the beauty of that is your creative potential grows, right? And that's where it gets exciting because you're no longer in these elements of like, oh, I have to do it this way. I have to do it that way or whatever. You start experimenting and it's so much fun. That's the fun of creating. And so when you get back into like experimentation and fun, like instead of going, okay, I got to do some B-roll. So I'm going to do a wide establishing shot. And I'm going to do a mid shot that brings a little more clarity and then a close up to get in on what's really going on. Yeah, you can do that. Or you can just have fun with the process. Remind yourself of these different shots, but don't get so contained in the rules. The mind, body, and spirit all together, being on camera, brings forth more of you than the perfect script. So, I don't know. Something to think about. So I'm hoping that's helpful for you. And a little note to my regular subscribers. You see that? My mic is white now because my black one, unfortunately, I walked across some water and my mic got wet. And it was just wet enough from the salt water that it got destroyed. And so I had to get another one. And the black color was more expensive than the white. So that's why I had the white. I know most people use black and whatnot, so that's why the white color is cheaper, but whatever. Anyway, hope you found this video helpful. If you did, send it to someone who you think will also benefit from it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.